If you have clicked on this video, almost certainly you or someone you care for holds a Canadian PR card. And I assume you already know that you have an obligation to live in Canada at least 2 years or 730 days within the past years of validity period of your PR card. If you have not met your residency obligation and you were not exempt from physical presence in Canada, you still may stand a chance through what's called the Humanitarian and Compassionate Grounds. Hi, my name is Bahram and I am an officially licensed Canadian immigration consultant practicing Canada immigration for the past 14 years. In this video, I will explain how you can renew your PR card based on Humanitarian and Compassionate Grounds, also known as H&C. I will also make suggestions on how to improve your chances of approval in your case. Now, if you were not able to live in Canada and fulfill your residency obligation of 730 days, and you do not have the luxury of falling under one of the exemptions to the physical presence requirement, for example, accompanying a Canadian spouse, be outside Canada while working for a Canadian business, or working for the government of Canada while being abroad, or even if you were a minor child accompanying a Canadian parent, still there might be a chance for you to renew your PR card. If you can show enough H&C considerations are involved in your case, Canadian immigration regulations offer special considerations for situations like this. It will allow you to renew your PR card even if you haven't met the obligation. I don't want to bore you with the technicalities, but for those interested, I am specifically referring to Section 25.1.1, Section 28.2b2, and Section 28.2c of the Immigration Refugee Protection Act, specifically for those who haven't fulfilled their obligation. Examples of circumstances that could warrant humanitarian and compassionate considerations include, for example, your inability to return to Canada due to travel restrictions. For example, those imposed during the COVID-19 pandemic. Or it might be your illness while outside Canada. It could also be the illness or incapacity or death of a family member. Another reason could be a legal proceeding or financial matters that were hindering you to come back to Canada. They will also consider the fact that did you travel to Canada or tried your best to travel to Canada at the first possibility or opportunity you had or not. Determining factors for H&C consideration in a PR card renewal application include some other aspects like the duration and reasons for your absence from Canada. How long you were absent and what was your major reason or reasons. Secondly, your family ties within and outside of the country and your social, also economic status outside and inside Canada. While preparing an H&C application, you must calculate exactly how many days you were absent. Needless to say, the fewer the number of absent days, the higher chances of approval. If you are highly educated, if you have great skills, you are an engineer, you are a doctor, you are a surgeon, you are someone well known that can contribute to Canada's economy, or you have transferred significant amount of money or your assets to Canada that will have a positive effect on the case, that these also will have a positive effect on the case. In addition, you have a spouse or children who lived in Canada during your absence. That is also beneficial to the application and shows your ties to Canada. Your family members could be a reason for you to come to Canada and another reason for you to remain in Canada. Because one of the aspects of the HNC application is, okay, if we give you admission to come back to Canada, if you say yes, will you remain or you will go back again? Okay. Another factor that is highly and greatly considered in an HNC application is the best interest of the child. It is very crucial, very important in a HNC application as per Section 25(1) of the Immigration Refugee Protection Act, or IRPA. The best interest of a child who is directly affected must be taken into consideration while determining whether a permanent resident should be granted HNC or not. Okay, a child's relationship with the applicant, their age, level of dependency, medical needs, etc., etc. These are also greatly, they have a great effect. So the impact of children are very, very crucial. What will happen to children if they are forced to go back to your home country? This is also another great factor to consider. Will they face hardship? You need to consider their physical, psychological, and emotional safety, security, and also well-being. When you're submitting the application, you need to explain all the factors. Another factor may be, for example, a serious illness of yourself or an immediate family member who did not have anyone to take care of them except you while you were abroad. For example, let's say your mother was sick and she couldn't take care of herself, and nobody was around, no sister, no other children other than you, or even if they were around, they were like too far, they were busy with their own life, and their schedule was so tight that they couldn't take care of your mother. So you were the only option available to take care of her, and plus your bond with your mother, for example, was deeper than the others. I have had many cases of this example, for example, where a parent was ill and the applicant could not leave them alone, and they had to stay to take care of him. Nobody was around. These are also HNC considerations. Remember, for a case like this, you need to have enough medical records and documentation to support your claim. You can't just say my mom was sick, right? So please note, just like your fingerprints, each case is unique, and preparing an application for PR card renewal under HNC grounds requires extensive documentation and needs a lengthier processing time as well. So you're gonna have to prepare a lot of documents as well as the forms, obviously, and the most important probably would be a great submission letter that puts together the structure of your application, the timing, the relationships, and everything needs to be explained in details in the submission letter, because when the officer opens a case, they will see a bunch of documents. They have no idea what's going on with the case unless you have a great submission letter that explains everything in detail, and like bullet point lists, numbering system, and everything needs to be regarded in this application as well. Okay, if you feel any of the HNC reasons apply to you, reach out to us and explore the possibilities. Have a consultation with me, with anyone who you think is experienced enough, you are comfortable with. Just have a consultation. Sometimes you don't know you have chances unless you book for consultation with some expert, and then they tell you whether you stand a great chance or not. Okay, so our office has proven track record of successful applications in such applications, providing personalized attention and crafting compelling legal arguments tailored to each applicant's unique circumstances. So do not hesitate to contact me and I'll be happy to assist you. If you have any question, you can leave comments and share this video with anyone you think might be beneficial for them. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.